Did you know that?
Look over there.
Look over there.
Look over there.
What's over there?
I think someone's watching us.
Someone's watching us.
Yeah.
Who's watching us? I guess they'll let us know.
Hi.
Hello, 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 hello.
That's not what I said.
It's a magic echo.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Greetings, greetings.
Howdy.
Bye, bye. Don't know what else you're expecting. No, that didn't first. No. There's one. There's two.
We are early.
Yeah, we're good. Facebook is deciding not to post it.
Yay, Facebook.
Yay. Good job, Facebook.
Well done.
'Cause
Round of applause.
You've never done anything wrong before, Facebook.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
There we go. Alive, according to everything.
According to everything. Let us know when you're in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
What have you had to eat?
Give us attention.
I guess I'll give it a share on Facebook while we wait.
I shall do the same.
KFC for tea.
Ah, get out. Go.
Westman.
Our KFC.
You don't mention KFC unless you give KFC.
Hello, Poppy.
Hi.
You're back for a stream. You ate. They were like 8-hour KFC.
No, definitely that's not go. Think about your actions.
How could you?
I'm just sharing it on Facebook.
Are you?
I'm not being ignorant.
I'm also doing that. So suppose I can do it on Twitter as well, I guess. I can just switch accounts.
So, what are we doing today?
We're playing some Skyrim. We also have a fancy new thing underneath.
They can't see you pointing to that with the mouse.
We have a fancy new thing underneath our screen. And above us, here. The KFC chips have gone downhill since you... What you want about the better now? Like,
The
skin on
mouse
fries
better.
are like where it's at. But yeah, it's if you want to support us, if people want to, be sure to sub that
Even
stuff.
with a prime sub,
Even a prime,
that counts.
even gifted, that counts.
Does it all count?
And September is coming up, so subscriptions cost less,
And we get all.
and we get more of the, we get a bigger cut out of it than usual, like 100% of it instead.
So you really, like, if there's anything sort of support is good.
Yeah,
Whether it be a follow
we
or,
need followers
or
whatever. Yeah.
But in September,
Look, you'll get my prime until I'm a rich man.
you'll be a rich man when you give us KFC.
You paying him?
No.
Don't start bribing the chat.
No.
We might do something special when we reach like 100 followers, or
Right, we
some like do something special, 100 follower special type
like
thing
have KFC
on stream.
Oh, and for those of you who remember, I killed the giant.
Oh yeah, there was a giant outside last time. She took it out before the stream.
And it's disappeared. It's despawned.
And you have something to say about house building, don't you?
Yeah. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you got to say about house building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's been glitchy. Which we know. But I am fairly sure, minus the cellar, that I have done everything in all the rooms as the same man as the cellar. So because it's being glitchy, other than the mounts, because I know they're the only things I wouldn't have completed, I'm just going to get Findel. I'm just going to pay Findel to finish the rooms. But I'll do that if someone goes house building, I'll pay Findel to finish a room, and that'll be my house building until we buy the third house. Which I don't want to do until this house is completely finished, because I think that might be part of what's making the glitches happen.
Right, okay.
Having multiple houses that aren't fully finished, and it's just making... That's my guess. I don't know if it's a right guess. It's a guess. So...
Right. So today we'll hopefully... Devil Boy says, Poppy, I beat Dong Donor at least once on Smash Bros. And beat Bulls in Mario Kart.
Oh, yay!
It's weird flex, but...
You flex all the time.
No, I don't.
Shut.
What were these guns that you can't see because I use the wrong arm? It can get glitchy, it's understandable. It doesn't make you lose stuff though. Devil Boy doesn't get many flexes.
Does anyone want a husband?
You. Please?
Do you want to stop flexing?
I'll think about it. So what else are we doing other than College of Winterhold today?
Dawnguard.
Dawnguard, was that? That was a very quiet Dawnguard. Oh, now we are. Not that quiet, I guess.
Dawnguard game is good. I want the crossbow.
She wants a crossbow. There is also the special bow you get in Dawnguard. Right?
I want the crossbow.
Or it can make the...
I want...
Do you not remember the dog?
Crossbow.
The Dawnguard bow.
Crossbow.
Okay. You got your silver swords ready for the
No,
vamps?
I'll have a crossbow ready for the vamps.
With exploding bolts. No, you probably won't have exploding bolts.
Not straight away.
That's an extra mission, isn't it? But crossbows are good anyway, because they ignore armour. As backup weapons.
Crossbow.
Backup of that? Normal
Crossbow.
Enchant the crossbow with the spell. Oh no, don't actually.
No, because then
it removes the armour piercing property if you enchant it, which I learnt the hard way. Devil Boy says Dawnguard helmet is smexy.
Is it?
Where is it? Do you have a...
No, not that.
What are you looking for?
The quest.
There. I can't remember the Dawnguard helmet, so I cannot tell you.
No, neither can I. Because I like the crossbow. Can you tell? Are you watching stuff?
Yeah, I might have entered one. That isn't free, because it was like £2.50.
We are streaming.
Oh no.
But I guess it is raffled up.
And we are partnered with them.
We are partnered with them.
I've also modified our chat. So when we do apostrophe commands, they don't show up in the chat, but it'll just do the response.
You mean exclamation?
Exclamation, that one.
So you're still in here? You're still laid up? No.
Well, is everything out there all right? Wish I could say the same for us.
The Cruella film made Devil Boy like Cruella.
You need to get your hands on the staff of Magnus now.
What's this name? But the Cruella film made him like Cruella.
No, he doesn't know how to feel.
Oh. And hi, hybrid.
It's also not that hybrid.
Hybrid.
I've got to stay here to see if we can get to Onkono and stop this. I need someone I can trust to do it. Besides, you're the one having all of these visions, aren't you?
I've heard mixed things about the Cruella film, to be honest.
If the stories about the staff are true, if it really can absorb a tremendous amount of power. Maybe we can break through on Connor's magic.
So you all committed crimes against Skyrim.
That's what the Go Live notification said.
What? Are you...
So
are
in
you
their
sure
defence, they're
the
watching
staff
us.
is there? That can't be a coincidence.
If people see the Go Live notifications, I don't know anymore.
He told me it
I
was
see.
from Labyrinthian and that I would know what to do with it.
Did you commit crimes?
I think...
Yeah, it's a Go Live
If you
notification from
see your
Twitch.
Go Live
I'm
notification,
not sure why, but there was something very
it'll tell you.
personal about it for him. I think you should take this amulet. It
Are they going to be able
belongs
to see that?
Travis, but I think
I can't see that because your arm's in the way.
take it and get out of here.
The focus
Bring back
isn't.
that staff before Onkano
Great.
brings the whole college. to
Twitch's
the
Go Live notification.
Yeah.
No, you can't see it.
Kinda.
No more than anyone else, I don't think.
It should be on your own phones or whatever devices.
Predated the... In fact, the Mages Guild... No one has seen or heard from them in over 100 years now, though. There are no expectations. Hopefully any discoveries made in your pursuits will be shared with the members of the college first.
Right then.
That way we all benefit.
No, I already swiped it away once they saw Bull and Steel. It was like, I'm there, boys.
Tut tut tut, you should
That
have
is a
read
crime. We customised those messages, you know. You might miss something.
I'm not going to try and walk all the way there because I don't sing.
Why? Labyrinthia is ages away. It's like,
I need to know which direction it
it's near the throat of the world, I think. It's
That
like
way.
east, yeah.
There.
It's on the way, yeah. Morphol? You might be better off going from Morphol. Nope. Guess not. Also, not that hybrid was dishing up when they got the notification. That's no excuse.
Yeah.
That's no excuse.
You better not be more dwarf and ruins.
Labyrinthia. No, it's not Dwarven.
Okay.
There might be a dragon priest in there though. So you might get one of the special masks.
Mm. Someone followed us 10 minutes ago. What's that? Oh, hello.
I don't think they did. No. You think it was?
It didn't. That came out of nowhere.
Follow was from yesterday? I'm going to refresh it. Because I missed it yesterday and said it, but I remember saying the name. But I can say it again.
That's alright.
No, it is 11 minutes ago. Thank you, Hoss00312 for the follow. Although it didn't flash up as a notification.
Where's my...
Was it?
Oh.
Nightingale Bell.
Yeah.
Is it enchanted? No.
We'll get
There
there.
you go.
Mm.
Dragon Priest, second husband, wife of Eva. Didn't this happen before? Also not that hybrid says.
Probably.
It is the game of patterns and loops.
Stay away from me.
That dragon's strolling.
Oh, and there's a frostbite spider.
Oh no, dragon. Frostbite spider. Let them battle it out.
Yeah, I think it's fallen off. I just don't know where to.
I didn't tell you who followed you. Yeah, but there was a different reason why I didn't see it yesterday. Because I didn't have my laptop with me for a portion of yesterday, so I missed it.
That one not to do with me. maybe, aren't we?
How are we all feeling? I'm okay. It's bank holiday weekend, so I've got a longer weekend this week, so suddenly I'm in a good mood. What did Hybrid have for tea?
Oh, don't do that to me, guys. Come on.
Too busy shredding, that's why. Probably said about yesterday. No, we had to shred yesterday though. Shred so hard we fell through the map. Like, I should pop here. As long as Devil Boy don't think about the rest of the world, good. The longest skydive, yeah. I skydive from one end of the map to the other, one constant without touching the ground.
Yeah.
Fried chicken and pasta. Everyone in their fried chicken today. Oh. You want fried chicken though, don't you?
Yeah. I have like no health.
No health. Do you have a healing spell?
Yeah.
Double up.
Yeah, but then I have to get out of it.
How's it doing so much damage to you? It's only a normal dragon.
It's not really. I've been fighting for a while.
Fire beats ice, I've always said.
Yeah,
So your bow, your other bow would be fine, I guess.
This is stronger.
Have no fear, students, because I am here.
I am here.
Hello, baby bat.
Everyone keeps reminding me that it's my birthday on Monday.
It's your birthday on Monday.
It's your birthday on Monday. Just thought you'd like to know. Hello, baby bat. How are you today? Thank you for joining us. What are you having for tea? My friend Rose sent an A5 package. Standard method of announcing your arrival. You had McDonald's. How is everyone? Oh god, these need to stop asking.
No, I can say we do sort of put it on ourselves.
We do, but it's a fun question.
Yeah, I guess.
You choose to ask. Devil Boy redeemed their message, highlighted their message. Merry Birthmas for Monday.
Merry Birthmas. Where's Martha? Because I want to go back and sell stuff.
Big 2-6. I see you're a young'un.
Can you sell stuff in Martha?
Sure, there's a shop here. There's a shop in every town, isn't there?
Just need to find it there. Is it this one? Never do that.
If you need any alchemy
No
supplies, I do my
potions.
best to
You're
provide
taking
them,
them?
assuming I haven't used them all up. Jürgen and I both work hard. Take a look.
Since when does 26 count as being a young'un? When you're older than it. Also not like Hybrid stopped celebrating at 19. You gotta at least celebrate a birthday. Even if it's something little.
Yes, I'm wasting money on potions, but it's because I have absolutely none and I
Until
don't have
next
the
time.
ingredients.
Okay. Maybe that's older than 26, but not that much, so. Don't even like go for a meal or out. that was 27 in June. So not that much at all. I've got till November yet. Are you looking for a shop?
Yeah. I saw a person shop.
What's this one?
That's the inn. That's the things place.
Surely there's something. Devil Boy was 27 last Jan.
This is the wood mill.
So we should be calling you the young'un then.
Nah, I'm the young'un.
No, Poppy's the young'un. Devil Boy is always on the young end or the old end of friend groups. That's the shop, isn't it?
No, that's the person shop.
You hear the news? Was
Is
that
it one of
mage
these
from
ones?
Winterhold? Guess it was just
Unless it was just all in one shop.
On the upstairs type thing.
No. Excuse me?
Is that spider from earlier?
No, that's a different spider.
Alright then.
Let's just double check.
Abrid says people keep asking them what they want and then look at them funny when they say,
Oh, do come in.
if anything, a plant.
Jurgen and I both work hard. So you're
I don't think
interested
they're
in
an
my
all-in one.
potions and ingredients.
I can still sell
Looks all
them.
them, the heavy stuff. Take your loss.
I
Have you seen my mother? Papa says that I should.
And Baby Rat has some seeds they need to plant
Mom has to
and has been reminded.
There's got to be another shop somewhere. It's just...
Abrid's birthday is too close to back to school.
Yep.
Mine's at like an awkward point usually. It's either absolutely nothing happens or like everything releases around it. There's no middle ground.
No.
I can't believe there's no shop here.
No.
At least you get asked in more often. Not for like,
Please don't
deodorant
mind Derek. He's
or
not
disappointing surprised. It's rubbish born too close to Christmas. Kinda close to Xmas too. Unless the Devil Boy gets deodorant.
Well, if you go by one of our surface users, it's dead next to Christmas because he told me that on Wednesday it's going to be the 1st of December.
Oh.
Welcome to the Moorside. If you need any, drinks for the thirsty, food for the
I
hungry.
don't mind getting socks these days, to be honest.
No.
Because I really don't. It's one of them things where I'm like, I really don't want to have to spend money on this. So if I get one as a gift, I'm okay.
Fluffy socks are the one. Right, now I'm just going to have to walk around with one set of dragons.
And is it really ever Christmas or a birthday if you do it like a Link's gift set?
Or Soap and Gloria, if, because that's the female equivalent.
Yeah. Baby Matt needs a good pair of fluffy socks.
It's an essential.
Is it an essential?
It's a must.
Devil Boy got deodorant from the age of 5 from 4 uncles. That's just poor communication, if anything. Well, have you got him deodorant? Have you got him deodorant?
Well,
Maybe
you
they
got
did
him.
communicate.
Maybe.
Not Christmas without some Charlie Red, Hybrid says.
That stuff freaks. If we're on about the antiperspirant anyway.
Yeah.
forgot where I was going. That way. There is
They've always said that sounds like drugs.
Charlie Red. Yeah, we gotta get you some Charlie Red.
I only ever really see it in places like Home Bargains and
There's a really nice Charlie perfume.
Boys
that
or
my
Boyses or whatever people call it.
great grandma used to have.
Okay. Charlie Red, massive sniff.
Is this
It's
it?
like Cockney rhyming slang. Yeah, you're here.
Am I just running into like danger?
There's usually a frost troll. Because I remember having... I passed through here to get to Throat of the Wild or something, or on my way to Whiterun type thing. And got absolutely bodied by a frost troll on my way, and I was like, what have I done? There's a maze in here as well, would you believe? At least 2 trolls.
No, we don't.
It's a large place.
Yeah, I can see that.
Isn't this the place where you put all the Dragon Priest masks? Ice Wraiths?
They're just annoying.
Yeah, we're nearly done with the Collis quest line, to be honest. We'll be moving on to Dawnguard after.
Crossbows!
Because crossbows and vamps. And you get an invincible follower.
Crossbows!
Will you be turning into a vampire?
I don't know.
We don't know. That was a very aggressive don't know.
I don't know.
Do you think chat should vote whether you become a vampire or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do a poll?
Yeah. Oh, that was silly. Especially since the frost troll.
You're taking a doggo as a pet from the Dawnguard.
I don't know. I didn't know you could.
Yeah, they have vampire hunting dogs.
I'm not to that. How epic. It was very epic.
Fair option. Yeah. There we are.
I've been
A
detected.
poll has been created. Did you read Hybrids? How epic was my necklace when I got one? Yeah. Okay.
That's just very epic.
And the word Mara. Okay. That's pretty good. They said, well, I saw my choices there. Did you get bodied by the troll, I guess? The poll is on for a few minutes, so I'll have a look once it's timed up. I know where this poll will go.
Do you do?
I have an inkling. In her defense, the troll had a sneak level of like 50. Did it?
I didn't hear it until it was like right behind me.
Was that
One of them.
Was all that attached to a normal troll?
No, it's frost troll.
Oh, right, okay. Are you gonna hit it?
Don't know. We'll see. Yep,
You did?
that's it. You've come back here. I'm not going to hit it.
Nope.
Start running on it, so.
And stack him in lower than where it's going.
Yep.
Okay, 100% of the votes go werewolf.
Oh.
Nice.
He's detected me. He knows where I am. He's coming for me.
Thank you all for your votes. It has been noted. Devil Boy knew it. I guess it doesn't help that in this game the vampires are just seen as a bit like they make them out to be like right pricks. To be honest, it's like why would you want to? And werewolves, they're the good guys, essentially.
Yeah.
Noms for days. Is this the same fast travel?
Mm-hmm.
It's got full health again. Fast running speed too.
No, I've got fast shooting.
Harry says, as someone who lives as a vamp, I'd rather be a werewolf. Maybe that was excited for vampires, but then became a vampire lord thingy and thought it was horrible. Yeah, the transformation's just a bit like there's being overpowered in this game, and then there's that. What I find, I'm like, it's just a bit becomes a bit too much.
Killed it.
Got him. You're gonna rebuy it just for the fishing. I say no, but that don't mean she will. If it's a really cheap upgrade, then I might get it. The only questionable thing about it is that all the stuff they're adding is creator content stuff, so it's stuff that players have made, and I'm sort of like they're charging us for stuff that they haven't made themselves, type thing, and I'm like, I do wonder if they're going to tie like any trophies to the fishing or something, or if it's literally like an extra and you don't have to interact with it in any way. Technically we are reimbursing them.
For what?
For what? They didn't make it. Because they would have had to pay the creators to use their content. Not the mods. They don't pay the creators anything.
Mods on Steam don't get a thing.
It's like Skyrim's DLC started as mods, and they essentially took the code and tweaked it so they didn't have to pay the modders. It was a thing I was reading up today. If it were coming to Switch, Devil Boy would get it. It doesn't look like they'll be playing a new Skyrim or Elder Scrolls for a while. They're not interested. Baby Rat's not interested in fishing. They don't fish on pretty much any game. I find it so boring. Hybrid is right in the butt, and it was censored. Because it was like, in the butt is bad.
Oh no, don't fall out of Matt.
Did you paralyse it?
Yeah.
You killed it. Everyone, you shot him in his enchanted shin. Mods are basically hacking their content. It's better than suing them. It's basically hacking the content, but they do release statements saying that you're free to.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's nothing illegal about it because they have that statement. It's the same with like streaming a game. There's a lot of companies who have it literally on their websites or at the start of the game it says you're free to stream and play this game type thing. Have you seen what happens when you get paralysed during whirlwind sprint? So funny.
No, I have not.
I have not. I've seen what happens if you get paralysed while jumping off a cliff. You take no damage.
Oh.
So you can leap off like front of the world,
Yeah.
eat something, paralyse yourself, hit the ground and you're fine. I was like, that's handy.
I found some.
This is the dragon priest mask place. If you look at this shrine here, you slot all the masks in their relevant spots and it unlocks something. There's the first mask.
Okay, so can I just build it up or
Yeah.
where do I put the first one?
Devil Boy, do you have to wear... The note will explain it, I reckon. But pretty good laugh when Chris snatched it and put it on her face. Trying to find her, is that one? So wear the mask. Wear the wooden mask. And now you have a timey-wimey room. This is where you put all the masks. You use the wooden mask to get here. And once you put them all in, the dragon head opens and you get the final mask. And there's also the treasure chests. I think one's for storage, yeah. You can just store whatever you want here, so it's like a secret thing to pop whatever you need here.
And then do I just exit there?
And the chest fills, Devil Boy says.
How do I exit?
Wooden mask won't work. Needs to be near me. Yeah, wooden mask gets you here. You just go through. You take the mask off to leave.
What did I have on?
Probably the Blackguard's hood. There you go.
Cool. Okay.
So it's not even like a listed quest. It's just something you got to do off your own back. Take the note. Why?
Yeah. Why?
Because all it says is about the mask.
Yeah. Just in case. Just in case what?
Confused. May as well. It don't weigh anything. There you go.
Guess.
Attorney at law.
In Skyrim.
Skyrim has no need for attorneys.
This place is huge.
It is. There's a lot here. Where's that marker making you go?
I don't know. Up there.
Somewhere up there. There's stairs up there somewhere?
Oh,
Oh, up the snow there, yeah. Just climb up a little bit of snow here. Sloped in it. It's not vertically up, so you should be fine. You say that until somebody steals your sweet roll balls. Who would steal our sweet roll? We don't even have any in our inventory. It's where you get like a pop-up like, you are carrying too many sweet rolls. Is he okay? No, it's the head teacher.
Come on, we're finally here. Let's not waste any more time.
Are we truly sure this is a good idea?
We'll be back at the college before anyone even knows we're gone.
Do you remember this quest at all?
You would care about that, since you're the Archmage's favorite.
Don't forget, this whole idea was Atma's to begin with.
You should always carry one sweet roll, but it's unnecessary weight. She has enough of that in potions.
What they got for?
Don't think this is them. Considering one was the head teacher of the college.
Yep. It was them.
I can't believe we're doing this.
imagine the looks on their faces when we come back.
You keep talking like you're sure we'll
It's a
find
skill book.
something useful in here.
Oh no, it's a spell.
Given the history of this,
Eva can be playing the labyrinth after this.
Yeah.
If you can find it.
it's more than likely there's still some amount of power here.
Enchanted weapons, tomes of ancient knowledge, Shadow's secrets themselves. Who knows what we could find?
Uh-oh. Oh.
Against 6 college-trained mages? I think we'll be fine.
Do you want to do like a quick be right back? No? We'll wait until like an hour.
No, that's right.
Ghosts on memories. I think a bit of both. Because I don't think all of them are alive. Spoilers, I guess. That 10-year-old game.
There'll be someone somewhere.
But not in this chat right now. Oh, mushroom. Oh, mushroom. Otherwise says, what's up, you need to do something, it's safe to pause.
It's fine. We'll take a pause in about 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
That's,
No.
That's what it is.
Pause the game. Go on. She needs to go dehydrate. Suppose
Keep the chat entertained.
keep them entertained.
Yeah.
I'm not their performing monkey.
First time, not be right back.
That's what I was going to.
Keep them entertained.
So, how's life? What you doing? Nobody said you're silly for holding it in. Pop. And can everyone stop saying I am the performing monkey? I'm not here to do like dances. What are our plans for the weekend, seeing as how it's bank holiday weekend? Are we doing anything? I've been outvoted. Mr. Monkey, that is Sir Monkey, if I'm going to be anything. Devil is saying, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. How was your day? Sleeping. Are you going to spend the full weekend sleeping? Okay. Are you okay?
No.
There we go.
Also not that hybrid.
Devil Boy is going to a family gathering on Sunday.
We've
She-
got my sister's birthday tomorrow.
Are you going to be missing our finale of Skyward Sword HD, Devil Boy?
Oh, which is why we're doing Skyrim today and not tomorrow.
Because we have plans tomorrow.
Our youngest sister is turning 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see.
Do you know what you have to do?
Yeah. I don't have to shout. So I think. Just
Also, not that Hybrid says, oh, happy birthday, squidges for me.
I'll do. I'm just gonna have to do it.
Devil says, depends how the timing is, they might convince them to stream it on the projector. Yeah, we'll be Bull and Steel streaming on the big screen.
No, not here. I don't know what to take.
Is that a
out.
skeleton dragon?
Yeah.
Well, the skeletons only take like 1 damage. Also not that guy redeemed at time. I think you're lying. Your sisters are just ill.
What, my sister?
That's what Devil Boy said. We're still on face cam. Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
There you
That's
go.
his fault. I'm the one playing. You were dead.
Oh, the skeletons.
And that one was hard as
You thought it said Bull's sister?
No, technically they're all our sisters.
In law. No, don't do it.
Done it.
Have fun not being able to pick anything up later on in the dungeon. You missed the Star-Lord. It wasn't much of a fight, it only took like 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's not like it was going to breathe fire on her, was it?
Literally, it was there for before it begun.
Yeah. I know, but still. There's not going to be any more dragons.
What?
Not in here.
Okay.
I just meant in general. You didn't even get a dragon soul from it.
No. It's a waste of a dragon.
Mm.
Only one kill to a dragon. Is that like the cats? That there's a cat out of cats that Kellital is reminding me of, and I can't remember the name that I'm trying to think of. Not that hybrid. What name am I trying to think of?
I think he was meant to put skeletal.
I know he was, but Kellital is reminding me of it
A cat. Okay.
from the cat.
Barely made it out alive.
Because it was just a reanimated skeleton. I mean, aren't all the dragons that?
It's too late. There isn't enough of him left to go back.
Is it Jellicle?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Jellicle.
You don't poison the stream with that film. It's not
It's
the film,
not
she's on
poison.
Yeah.
It is not poison. That is a good musical.
He's on about the new film though.
Oh.
Supposedly bad.
Yeah, no. I'm on about the original, right? Go see it in
Aren't we
theatre.
all just animated skeletons in a way? See, I'm with Baby Bell on this.
Stage play, yeah. Stage play is what I'm on about.
Yeah.
Not the... no.
Oh, I miss cats.
Kellicle reminded me of Jellicle, but I couldn't remember that name. I couldn't remember Jellicle for a bit. I went to go see it live.
I used to have the VHS of the stage play.
Yeah, I went to go see it live. Got taken out of school for a dentist appointment.
I see. It wants you to do Dawnguard.
It does.
That's what that statue's from.
I thought that was the statue that
Well, it is that as well, but it's also...
no,
also-
not Quicksave.
It's also featured in Dawnguard. 'Cause snow elves. If it's by Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, you know it's good.
Yeah, but not the animated version of it. It's not.
No.
But that won't necessarily sound
I don't know, I think good directors can still do bad stuff. It's hard to say everything's great with someone.
Tribbles.
Baby Matt did a dance to Jellicle Cats from Cats. It was fun to do in college. And Devil Boy says true. So that's what I said.
I can shout.
He's not shouting. That's alive. To an extent. What do you...
Oh yeah, because that's fair. What?
Wait, is that guy?
Yeah.
He just... So this is that Boethiah cultist that we killed previously.
We didn't kill
Oh no,
him.
we ran away from him, didn't we?
We did.
Because he overpowered you.
Yep.
And
He's
he's
gonna
tracked
kill
you
me.
down. I was like, this isn't a Drago when I saw it.
No. But the thing is, he saw me, backed away and was like, no, I don't see anything.
Why is he here?
He shouldn't. This is a dungeon.
How did you get in here? You swords puppy.
This is a dungeon. No, that's not the point, Devil Boy.
Just on him.
This is not the map. He can spawn in the map.
There's no getting out of it this time, is it?
No. I'm in a dungeon. And I saved just before I turned up.
Baby Bat played Fushra Da.
I know. I'm sorry, Baby Bat. That was very good timing.
He's here now, he loves you.
Yeah, I'll show him how much I love him.
You have paralysing poison.
Yeah.
What was your Nightingale blade like? Damage wise?
That's 20. That's not so good.
14. And 15 points of health is absorbed. So you heal. They had a guard from Riften arrest him at High Hrothgar once. Skyrim embassies don't care where you are. You have the razor, Devil Boy shouts, but it's not guaranteed to insta-kill. It's like a 1% chance, and only I take those odds.
Against this, I wouldn't take that on.
Okay.
I think I used the last.
I see.
Thingy person. What can I use on him? Could just use a normal person. 13.25. Pertinent person. Have I got a pertinent person? Pertinent.
There is no mention. I've just looked at like, can he appear here normally? And no one has had this before. This is strange.
I think I'm gonna go for a normal person.
Send in either my energy Dragon Ball style. Are you going to spirit bomb him? He wasn't aggressive.
Oh, he is now.
I want to stop being crouched now that he sees you.
No.
Because you do quicker swings when you stick up. Whoa! He didn't care that you had half your life. I see. Look, it's the thing. I'm like, where are you?
In the dungeon.
What weapon does he have? I'm not sure. I don't think he has anything overly special. I think he's just a really high level. Watch him not be there now. Last time he appeared, we had to fast travel to a different location just so he didn't spawn.
Yeah.
Where did he come from? I don't understand.
Don't know. I shot.
That guy and turned around,
Yeah.
which is on your right.
I know. So I'm trying.
So is he coming in the dungeon? I wonder.
Shot him.
Then turn around. Detected. Oh, he's there. So you're coming after you. Stand up. Because he can see you. Talk to him.
Never should have come
What?
here.
What even?
Right, so I'm in a loop and I can't get out of it. Basically. So that's 23 altogether.
Mm-hmm.
That's like nearly 30.
I know what this is. Skyrim has gotten so old that the NPCs are becoming sentient. The code is evolving.
No, don't you run away from me. I know, it swings. I might have to pass this over to you because I can't get out of it.
Get him, Ghost. Oh, the Ghost is not on his side. I would die if games actually learned like that. Some do. I know Bioshock has adaptive difficulty, so depending on how well you're playing, a game gets harder.
I'm letting Jack, because Jack's got a better chance of...
I have assumed direct control.
Because I can't get out of it, he's following me in, and I can't leave the dungeon.
I'm just gonna... So it's not killing that guy that makes him fear. He's already here. Let's make that clear right now.
Not many, Devil Boy, because I haven't been doing the main story quest.
I'm gonna equip one still. You've already got it. I already put it on. Okay.
Yeah, but have I got my ability equipped and not the shout?
No, it has the thing. That's what that little arrow means. And it takes over it. You get a shout or you get power. There's no...
Okay. It might be this that triggers it.
Where?
This is what I mean. He looks straight. He knows where you are.
Hold still.
Do your worst.
Done. Let me just...
Yeah,
Oh, he's not going to appear anymore.
paid. Good.
How did he not know?
But the thing is he did know.
Anyway, you've got the quest. Right. You had a dwarven mace. I'm going to read the book. Just... I don't understand how he couldn't see you. Maybe it's because I was in like the darkest part of the room. Yeah, it's a Daedric quest. Not even enchanted, he was just good. Like, that was his deal. And that ghost isn't on your side, by the way, so...
Okay,
be
it's
wary.
just distracted. I don't know where the ghost is coming from.
This is where that doorway with the ice, I think.
Okay. Seeing the phone that's coming from behind me.
As well, then, though, when he just wasn't noticing me when I stood there, I was like, I wonder. Rip the Saitama of Skyrim. You've got it. Yeah. You need to use flames on the door. It's the magic quest, of course. Oh, excuse me. Frost Spirit. 3 arrows in his head and he barely reacted. He didn't even notice.
No.
Surgical arrows.
He was oblivious.
I think I got him in the part that feels pain, so he just didn't...
Register.
The part that controls it. So he just didn't register it.
No, I didn't. I equipped. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I can shout too.
I know what that shouting is now.
What?
That's the Dragon Priest.
Okay. No.
That ninja reflex. He can't see you, but he saw the arrow. No, he is a boss one. Does Mario stomp on his head? Maybe
I'm
this is for
going
the best
down.
because there's something else
I'm
up there.
going
Yeah.
down. I'm going down. I didn't want to do that. Hi, Death. It's nice to see you again. I'm gonna die. I'm doing it
Okay.
on purpose.
I mean, at least. Well, you're gonna have to deal with him again.
I'm gonna do your trick.
Go in that corner and just fire 3 arrows into his head.
Yeah. What's it not work?
He's like, I fired one and then backed up a little. Just stay out the light. Is he even gonna appear? Hello? Does he like spawn?
Or is it because we killed him?
I didn't kill him. Oh man. I turned around and he was there. So you can see
Yeah.
you, but you can't. Okay. There will be 3 arrows there, by the looks of it.
I cannot best you.
Pick up the book, read it, and then save. Does he even deserve to be eaten?
Done it.
I just don't understand why he appeared here, like, of all places.
Like outside, yeah, fair. Pegging.
I like when he did appear when he was outside there. He was literally, you fast travelled, took a step forward, and he just came sprinting at you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
here.
I knew you was coming here.
Yeah, he was like, huh? Huh?
Because F you, that's why.
Huh?
Okay. Devil Boy is person. Pulls lens again. I like it. Helps him decide which sin I'd be as well. Yeah, I was gonna say, is that from Seven Deadly Sins? That picture. It's one I've not watched, but I know I know a fair bit about just from like reactions. Like, I know one of the series was really badly animated, and it put a lot of people off.
Daedric arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How to end a scourge. You missed. Wait, what? Excuse me. What shot here? There's the Frost Astronaut down there. It's the only time Devil Boy had assigned the primary protagonist position. Fair enough. I'm wondering if that Frost Astronaut was a summon last time, or if it was just there. Well, he passed the Frost door and beat the Frost Spirit, so part of me is like, is this like a Frost trial? Like part of the dungeon?
Yeah.
The first 2 volumes of My Hero Academia Vigilantes today. I was going to get the first 2 of Attack on Titan, but the shop had every volume other than the first 2. Vigilantes is pretty good. It's a bit different, but it's pretty good. You guessing it's unregulated here? I think it's like a prequel series, I think, if I remember correctly. So it's like, I think it's got like Eraser when he was younger and stuff. And there's a lot of heroes in it that are like not in the actual series, like in the show, in the original manga. Shout at him, shout back. His defense is now low. You still need to start it. Have you not watched any or read any of it?
There we go.
Devil Boy likes to imagine One Punch Man is a prequel series to My Hero. I can kind of see why, but I feel like it would either be like it's either at one side of the timeline or the other. He was waiting for it to finish. You might have a bit yet. You've just finished Demon Slayer. I've not watched that myself.
Look, it's a puppy box.
I'm midway through Jujutsu Kaisen at the moment. Equilibrium. I don't know what that is.
That's fine.
Oh, I know what it converts health into magic, I think. Someone did not live well in that chair.
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching the Fever Dream that is Glitnir because of my brother. I'm looking forward to watching Chainsaw Man when they release that, because they've released the trailer for it. Classmates of Banishing.
That's money.
It is.
I'm also quite close to. You know what to do it, don't I?
6 dragon bones. You have a knife which does the same thing as that mace. You could swap them. No. Expelling. Elven Dagger of Expelling. That's better.
Yeah, I don't want to sell that because it's a dagger.
You're good for now. Devil Boy has been watching Netflix's Eden Zero, and let me tell you, as someone who doesn't remember how Fairy Tail ends, the amount of references makes You go, how are they there, but also realise what the future of VTubing will be. I've not watched either, so I have no knowledge. I kind of avoided Fairy Tale, I think, at one point, so I just didn't watch it.
You do not answer. Must I use this guttural language of yours?
Yeah.
Maybe I enjoyed Fairy Tale, clearly they're a shonen fan. I don't know what it is. I think just something about it just didn't seem like something I'd really be interested in myself. I think there's like a specific, like, how the animation looks that sort of makes me want to watch it with like anime and stuff. So like how clean it is. So My Hero is a good one with that. Mob Psycho is my personal favourite. I didn't like it much to begin with, but really got into it by the end. It was more of a slow burn.
Just making sure I ain't missing out.
You what, sorry?
I said I was just making sure I'm not. Hello.
Is it a scourge or is it just a normal one?
Captain.
Shoot it in the knee. You'll have to go become a guard. Got better when you were more familiar with the main group. That makes sense. We're on about Fairy Tale at the moment, Devil Boy. And just what series we like as well. You want the cup? Take the cup.
No.
So Devil Boy has more knowledge of Fairy Tale than I do already.
And turn your press. I save.
You really, when you finish saving, another briefy occultist appears. Could you imagine? Do you think that's the last you'll ever see of him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay.
I think this is that lights the way. There's a ghost.
Alright. I'll take a compass.
That pointless chest. Yeah, it says Fairy Tale also has one of those bad guys who you can't help but like. He's the main villain, but by the end of it, you thought he wasn't actually that bad.
I don't know, have I?
You'll see.
What now?
You're nearing the end of it, I think.
Is it gonna be hard to find.
Not if you sneak in like this. They might have just come back anyway. I remember the spoilers. Steel Dragon Man being jealous. He didn't have an exceed, did he? And he became an ally. I'm just sort of like, yes. I prefer if it was still biddy. It's less of a spoiler, I guess. An exceed biddy. Everyone walking around in the anime with the grands. Is this even the right way?
Don't know.
I feel like this is like an extra. Be quiet, guy. Isn't a loop, is it? No.
Well, this isn't right way.
Take that, Skelly Man.
That's the right way.
This has to be the right way, surely.
Yeah, I said that I was doing wasn't the right way. Listen, Jay. If it's not money, I'm not interested. Stuff up I put.
Yeah, it's a message to Baby Bat
Alright.
about Eden Zero on Netflix. Apparently it has a lot of fairy tale references. Freezes the target. Is that a chance thing? Or
Don't know.
I did wonder.
Oh,
No, you're good.
I did it on purpose. Will
You might. Apparently Eden Zero and Fairy Tail are the same mangaka. Which is why they have similarities. Which makes sense. That skeleton was a ninja in his past life.
Yep.
There is a lot of red blips that way.
Yeah, it's fine. Hopefully if I'm shooting arrows. Oh, hello. Okay.
Well, that's one less blip.
I'll randomly like shoot at them. And like slowly start killing them off.
Hope for the best.
Yeah.
You can do it.
That's what you say.
That one's got a hood.
Don't know. Oh, hello. What's with all the
Hello
trolls?
there. What's with all the what?
Trolls.
Don't know.
That didn't work. So, I'll shoot.
You good? You got it.
What is with all the trolls?
Devil Boy says he needs to work out why there's a fair few anime that seem unrelated out of identical goddess systems. Says he knows there's the Isekai Quartet, but there's other anime not including that. I know, just don't understand. I'll stop rambling. No, it's fine, Devil Boy. And then he says, ahem, trollololololol. There's a troll in this dungeon! Just thought you ought to know.
Just thought you ought to know.
Oh, there's something else around if you manage to increase your sneak. No worries, Devil Boy, we'll see you in a moment.
See you in a bit. And I wonder why I struggle to carry stuff.
You don't need this many mushrooms.
Yes, I do. You don't know my life.
Yes, I do.
No. You sound as if you want to say something.
No.
So, how bad a job I'm doing?
You're not doing a bad job.
Okay.
Why would you be doing a bad job?
I don't know. Maybe.
I know you know where to go, so I'm not like about to start pointing things out that you know. Because the voice is a big indication of the direction you need to go in, isn't it, really?
Just a lot.
Only a tad. It's filled. Like, well, it's part of a skeleton.
Yeah, I think it's almost shot.
It's kind of exploded everywhere.
Hmm. Oh, hello.
We're magic anomalies.
Wisps.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. No, they're not friendly because they're red.
Will they disappear if you kill the wisp mother?
Where's the wisp?
She's the big
No,
blob
just
behind
saying.
that stone.
Probably. Well, that's not going to work, is it?
Did you hit a wisp by accident then?
Might have. Instead of a wisp mother.
I don't think it would deal a lot of damage.
Don't.
She
Yes.
will, but
No, I'm just going to go in with it.
alright, okay. They have chosen death. Again.
It's the whole point of why I'm not meant to. Just killing the wisps can help. Something like that.
She's just sort of looking at you like, what are you doing? To your mind.
Okay, that's fine. Which one needs to recharge?
It'll be
charge.
like, may as well do both, shouldn't
Yeah.
you? Woo! Wait, what? They're like copies of that dying light thing. Type thing.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought,
I've clicked in it.
yeah, I thought she was like killed you or something then. Yeah, like that.
That was your fault.
That's not my fault at all.
Oh no, because I didn't kill the straw.
It didn't give you that much of a hard time though, did it? You're okay. You single Daedric arrow. Welcome back, Devil Boy. He sees you, so where's he going?
Over there to Paddy.
You picked up the lockpicks that quick. I thought it said they weighed like half, like 0.5 each. At fair. I was like, wait, what?
You need a trolley
And the dungeons sound like that. Possibly. I wonder if there actually is one. You'd have to replace one.
Would it?
Yeah, because we're maxed out.
No.
When did you last save, Devil Boy said?
Just now.
She was killed by a wisp mother when it was on like 1 HP.
Literally. I do think that was a good tactic where it's just
Because
great.
swinging.
Don't try with the wisps. Just
Yeah.
she's
Because they just sort of nip anyway, don't they?
and she's just going to keep creating them, isn't she?
Yeah.
So what's the point?
It's there. So now it's just a case of what would we replace?
I don't know.
Turn the volume down on my ears while I play this sound. There's a new title for the Boolan Law Poppy, the Boolan Stig. That's what Devil Waiter said. Yeah, it's the Riders Republic. It's Boolan Stig. There was a lot of some say. Okay, Troll in the Dungeon has been added. Just so you know.
What did you replace it with?
The Ono one, the JoJo one, because that's too loud. Even when I lowered it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn around in the dungeon!
Maybe that's life is now complete. As long as the chat's happy, that's what matters. See, it's playing on a delay on this, so I won't even hear it yet until a little bit. Watch yourself on those ice spheres. They slow you down as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Bear says, yes, that my life is very boring if that made me this happy. I'm sure it made Poppy happy as well. Having a reference in wisp wrappings. I was like, this surely can't weigh anything if it's a ghost. Some say is the ultimate cross-platform creation, being able to master all of the platforms. Others say he's made a friend with a devil that likes dumb jerks, but we know all we know is he's the Boolan Stick.
Yeah. I got rid of all the wisps.
Did it? Can't be that far now. That seemed quite like towards end of dungeon boss type thing.
Mm.
We have video quality settings today.
Mm.
Whoop whoop. We have been selected by the Twitch gods. No, you gotta do. It's a fire door. Yeah. For the greater good.
Greater good.
Greater good. You know it's probably going to make it's frostbite you need, yeah.
Will not use ice spray.
Ice spike costs more and it doesn't do a constant. And you know it's going to summon a ghost at you. Ice beats fire, everybody says. Even though that shouldn't work, it does.
It won't in Pokemon.
No. Ice melts into water. But how is fire? How does fire beat ice? Like if ice beats fire?
Mm.
Fire melts ice, good, but ice becomes water. They can't be weak to each other. That's not how it can work. It's not like Ghost versus Ghost in Pokemon. No. You're interrupting something here.
We can't stop now. We have to keep moving.
Where's Alvaline? She was right behind me.
It is exactly how it works. No. I reject that. You're going to need to entertain the chat on your own for a bit because I need to go dehydrate.
This is all my fault. Should be turned.
Super duper effective to each other.
Pushing forward and we'll make it. We will.
I will get by.
No, you won't.
Yes, well.
No, you won't. Hi, chat.
Well, I don't sound too happy.
I didn't, so that's alright. Oh, there's a scary one. Hey. Oh, scallywags. Shh, I'm not here. Oh, that's not scallywag. It's dead. Does that count? Also dead.
Have you still got a drink?
Yeah. Still got drink. Have all you still got drinks? We need to make sure our chat's hydrated. Devil Boy says yup. Tango. Ooh, Devil Boy's got tango.
Is that hydrating?
Not the best hydration, but it's something. See, I know there's a Draugr. I can hear the Draugr.
The Spectral Warhound.
From KFC, Devil Boy says.
Right.
And Baby Bat says, just finished hairs. Bit busy taking down a mountain.
Minecraft.
Yes, typical Hobbit stuff, Devil Boy says. Oh, I'm glad I once stood.
You might have to go down there. Drain heart, so that's probably unique, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it should weigh anything. It's a ghost sword.
Well, it obviously does.
You gotta land on the plank.
You want to land on the plank.
Should I get that there?
Yeah.
I don't want to get in the way.
You don't get in the way then.
Oops. So what do I go and do?
Guys, you seen this? You seen what he's doing?
How dare I reappear on the stream? Even I won't exist in your world, may I request an airship home possibly built? This devil boy asserting himself into other people's worlds. Is there anything else there?
Yeah, they're not dead. I didn't
Alright.
kill them. Alright. Cracking you now. We'll do if you click it.
No, I mean it was hurting before I clicked.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to make sure I am hydrating properly because I keep getting headache from like not. I'm trying. He doesn't look like a basic enemy.
No.
That is not a Draugr sketch.
Right, it's a dwarf, that's good.
Looks more like a glowing one out of Fallout.
Does that work on you guys?
Obviously, as you never know when I'll be ripped out of this reality, I could end up anywhere. Having pre-made homes comes in handy.
I don't have any...
Any
impressions.
alright, cool. The restoration window. Execute. Ah, so neat. And you good. I don't think Drain Heart Sword is unique, it's just unique to this area. Like, there's more than one, but you only get them again. You could say the enemies in this dungeon are the scourge of Skyrim. Hey.
I don't know what to
Now
say.
put on your shades and walk away from that explosion.
That might work better.
Possibly. I mean, that's another reason I like the... But don't look back. Like you were telling me off for dad jokes. Who was telling who off for dad jokes? I don't recall doing that.
That was a bad joke, not a dad joke.
What's the difference? Guys are just like, oh, after you open the door. Scages everywhere. Dad jokes are funny. Don't you want ghost weapons, Poppy Devil voices?
No, I'm not fussed about it.
Did I weigh something?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, okay. I'll stop this.
they're cool, devil places.
They might be to you.
You're not too keen on them.
I've got possibly just stuff on the key.
Okay.
That was cool.
Yeah, he's got big.
Now run away from me. Ah, no magic.
But they're cool. Hype squid, cool. He's what he's put. You just stood there waiting for you.
They didn't care.
Shot back.
Oh, no, not wrong.
You once said he could enter, so he just stood at the door. I'll catch you next time. Whoa.
Yeah, there was something.
I don't see why they should. Why do they waste something?
Hard.
That Daedric arrow is lasting you.
Yes.
Your mum, definitely his mum's watching something about warrior nuns.
Okay. Right.
That's a very thing.
And what have you got to tell us, Devil Boy?
They're like the killer nuns in Hitman. Apparently. It reminds me of anime, but pretty sure she's not watching anime. Would it raise more questions if it was anime? Baymax says most of that mountain is gone, so I'm going to go get a drink, be happy.
Good.
It always says less, I think. See you soon, baby bat. Make sure to keep hydrated.
We need to look after our chat as well.
Anime gets away with so much. Is that a ghost dog? Ghost dog.
Of course.
The human body can only do so much with food, so it looks so good. Well, at least it's raising your restoration.
Hash.
That'll be something you'll come across as well once you do go on guard. Gargoyles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember them being a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Skyrim Deathclaws. Okay. This time that the third one don't care this time.
Not at this point. But I imagine him just being on the corner.
Gargoyle bastards, werewolf reskinned stony boys. That's how Devil Boy describes him. You got this.
I don't know which one to use.
So it freezes the target for 20 points. And I'm like, is that ice damage or is that like magic damage or what? No, with health drain, yeah. Forget gargoyles can health drain. I don't think he's moving. Devil Boy, they all have the same enchant. And we've already got a sword that does it. Spell term. Progress was made.
Mm-hmm. Progress was made.
I'm just mad because of the boo weapon on Mario Kart. I see it now. It does everything. Like, what's the point of it? But that's not a reason. It disguises them as like an item. It's the gem. Good job you saved it. Hybrid's going.
Bye.
So long. We'll see you in another stream. Let that be a lesson to you. Boo makes you invisible and steal the item off someone else. But you wasn't invisible, you were just a shell. No, you see the invisible person's items. Alright. It still doesn't make a lot of sense. See, that's the part that didn't make sense to me. Because I was like, if I'm seeing the shell that's at the back of you while you're invisible, surely the shell will still damage me. But it went inside my cart and didn't until he respawned. I was like, okay. Get him.
Stragglers everywhere. Oh, big quiet.
Like, surely you're getting close to the end now.
That's what I've done with Stragglers.
That's. What about Atronax? How do you feel about them?
Don't particularly like them either.
Straggle doesn't seem that strong.
No, but we are also firing at the same time. I might need to take it back out. Because,
Yeah, your health. Maybe that redeem booster glasses. I'll keep mine on because I'm not playing. Alexa, start a timer for 3 minutes. And this gives me the ability to still read the chat for you. Hybrid has left the building and just talking about Bull's hatred for the boo weapon of Mario Kart. Yeah, it doesn't just steal items. And I always get struck by the boo weapon at the worst possible time. Like, it's worse than like a lightning bolt to me. Or a blue shell. Worse than the hackerbots. Well, the hackerbots didn't steal my items. Although the hackerbots are still pretty terrible. They're amusing, but they were still pretty bad.
I'm focusing. I can't really see.
Yeah, I don't know. Imagine if you kept like spider eggs in your inventory too long, suddenly it'd summon like a frostbite spider at your side.
Was that what I just got?
Yeah, spider eggs.
Okay. It's okay. Okay.
Okay. So it's on this level you go, because it's not going through a doorway to get to it. Top one. Oh. 999,999 points, of course you have. Yeah, everyone knows. And everyone can get the 999 points in Mario Kart. It's not just bots that have it, clearly. Even though I think the highest we saw for like normal points was there was a guy with like 80 odd thousand. Still not 999. How dare you?
Sorry.
Alexa, stop.
Did he just breathe at me?
Yeah. That marker's getting pretty big.
Mm.
How dare he breathe at you?
Mm.
Every time it does it, it's because he's eating a mint. And it's the icy breath. Saboteurs and mentors to you. That's what's going on.
What's going on up there?
Don't know. Are they like enchanted? Highest devil voice seen that hasn't been infallible is 2200 thousands. Still seems pretty high. That guy's just chilling out. What if you've killed him? What have you done?
It's fine.
Yeah, but they're beatable.
I can hear that word one.
What about that guy? Is that a dog?
Mm-hmm. Get out.
Stay in the dark. Who did that to my dog?
Death Lord. I'm dead.
Are you?
I have one health person.
You have a virulent poison? That's the corpse of the dog, isn't it? Or is that another dog?
The poison look like on these.
Well, they're not.
I'm trying to get him to move. I didn't move far. Yes.
Punch the air in anger. Oh, that was 3 times damage as well. Ancient Nord armor was Devil Boy's favourite armor prior to the DLC armors. You have to make Daedric. You have to learn Daedric smithing to make it there, apparently. This guy ain't gonna be like the cultist, is he? He leveled up.
Right here at some point.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Might need it soon. Might get as many hits in as I can.
Lower his defense.
Yeah, that's fairly nasty. I can't take too many of them.
Wow. You're lucky he shouted then and didn't just swing. Archery? Or did you already read? Or restoration. Yeah, you'll make your healing cost half as much if you do that. What's regeneration? Cure 50% more. He dazed him. Give him the chair! Piercing ghost nips with arrows as you do. Poppy, you really are a wild card.
Why?
I think because you leveled up your restoration.
Yeah.
I think it's because, well, to be fair, healing spells are something you're going to be using quite often, so getting at least a fair skill in it's always handy anyway. Oh, you can slow time. It's the deer build.
I'm a wild card, but you're a different kind of wild card. He still didn't say why. I know you were probably right. But
Every time you do slow down, it would be like, the wild!
he's
Wanna-
breathing at me again.
Do you want to use a dragon soul to get it?
Mm.
This will buy the shout.
True. I'm trying to remember to do something. There we go. I've remembered.
Progress.
I don't want to fight that again.
Save 230. It's like both our character builds, we both use a stealth skill tree, but we both do like different approaches to it, don't we? Like you go for archery, and man's like, whoa. Okay. Man's like, I go for the 15 times backstab damage with daggers.
Yeah. That is not fair.
You're leveling up strats and close quarters archery. I too like to snipe my foes, but when they're up in my grill I return to dual wielding. You, nah, is what he says.
Yeah.
You just bolt him.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Seen a
They lost you.
Yeah, they might have.
Who did that? Need to like on around.
Yeah. Yeah, come back, but there's patterns.
As a fellow crazy, I respect your crazy, but no, it's also fear, so anxiety sets in. Pardon me. I was more confused by that because my mouth can actually open.
Don't have to open.
Mm.
So if I pop off, I make the noise.
Devil Boy redeemed hydration for the nation.
I'm straight.
I don't want to stretch. I needed that stretch.
I don't want to stretch.
I didn't want to, but I needed it. Take that, Scourge.
It just means I have one to fight now. Which is why I ran for it. Just two.
Devil Boy, have you seen the new Yu-Gi-Oh game that's coming out? It's just showing up on my... I'll disappear now, will you?
I like to keep you on your toes, Devil Boy.
Devil Boy says, I must just have a sixth sense for you needing to stretch. I saw one ad, but it didn't look too special to me. There's a second ad I've not watched. Yeah, it's I watched a bit of the gameplay for it. It's Master Duel, it's called. But there's apparently 10,000 cards in it. So I was like, oh, we can build anything. Kind of want it for that reason.
We shouldn't have left her there to die. What else could we do? Stay there and die with her? She refused to go on. We
Yeah,
didn't
about
have
the
a
Ivonian
choice.
that you found.
This is it, you know. Through
Malign lingering poison.
Can you feel it?
We're not going to make it, are we?
We stay together.
Can you
matter
pickpocket
what.
them?
Agreed?
I'll be right with you.
Try it.
Agreed.
No, it's faded.
All stay together.
I think you'd like that game. It's really chill.
Mm.
You can make floating islands on it as well. But you need like specific maps for that. So you need to take out, before you can actually target the dragon priest here, you need to take out the guys firing beams on his shield.
Are they actual tangible beings?
They're ghosts. They're enthralled wizards. They're not even ghosts. Okay.
Oh dear.
Or they're ghost wizards.
I think they're cursed with wizards.
Depends how we get the cards. I know there's definitely people who enjoy opening virtual packs and all the earning cards, so maybe a slow game to start, like the story-driven games. It would be nice if you got to build any one deck you like, but then have to earn all of the cards. I think it'll just give you a deck off the bat, like a starter deck, to be honest. I swear I read something that was mentioning it being free to play, which kind of put me off a bit. So if it's like MTG Arena, it might be okay, but I'm a bit iffy about that as well, to be honest. How did that miss? And now he chooses to be intangible.
That I know.
Ninja wizards. Alright then. Don't forget the staff once you kill everyone as well. And yeah, this guy's got a mask as well.
Can never tell what's a ghost and what's not.
Like, where's his hitbox?
Yeah,
I
but
think he
it's
just
moved
glided
from
out the way,
minute.
right? Yeah. And the mask, I think, is a dragon priest. We'll just said the same, never mind. I think there's a dragon priest you can find which is like irrelevant to the masks, like he's like an extra one as well.
Mm.
But he's like near the end of the game, like main story.
Oh my god. I don't think this'll.
Try the virulent poison. 50 points of poison damage. Just make sure you hit.
Not like that then.
Never mind. It'll do 20 points altogether.
Okay.
You just spotted it, alright then.
It's sapping my stomach. So, what am I meant to do here?
Otherwise, says there are masked dragon priests, and then normie dragon priest, and then the DLC cultists, and they have their own warped collection of masks. The DLC has some really fun stuff there. The Dragon Ball one. Like, I remember there was a place I found where the boots in there let you walk on water. I was like, this is such a pointless ability, but it's great.
Sapping my magic as well. Okay, yes.
I thought it was frost that messed with magic. And this is doing like frost
It's
damage.
doing stamina and thingy.
I guess it means he's not really hurting you, at least.
He is doing that.
Yeah, you just use the potion.
So he's sapping.
He's super magic man.
I don't know how.
You drain his magic.
I don't know how.
Frost damage. Is it the Nightingale sword that has frost? Yeah, that's stamina. Oh, chill around. Chance to paralyze as well. You're at full health, right?
Oh yeah, it's not my health. Really damages at first, does it?
Taking some chunks off him.
I'll take more than that. Weapons. If it can do something,
You resist it, is it?
How did that not hit? Like,
I don't think you need to be crouched though. These things are a lot faster when
I forget I'm crouched.
yeah. I know that if you swing while crouched, it's always a charge hit, isn't it? Yeah, that's why it takes your stamina.
Well, he's taking my stamina, to be fair. But, yeah, that's fair. I'm just trying to hit him with anything.
You don't even have like a regenerate health thing or anything, do you? It always says shouting now and again, it might help as well. Because it'll lower his defense. And it stacks. He's just immune to poison.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. You get him in there. And that shout also lowers their health like 1 HP per second as well.
Cool. Stuff with me.
And the mask. The masks have like unique abilities too. Nice.
Do you know what?
Progression.
Mm-hmm.
We did it!
We did it!
We did it! Yeah! strangely in unison.
Mm.
How We Did It song. It just played back.
Mm.
If you crouch with it, you taps forehead when Poppy saves. That's some big brain right there. So there's got to be an exit this way, right?
You'd think.
It won't make you go all the way back.
It's a button to push her. You know what I mean? Like, I've just gone down and it's probably near where we were stood, isn't it?
Probably. Or where the wizards were on the top.
Oh, there. I'll check where he was.
Up there. Yeah. I'd call this a success though.
Yeah.
You've just got to fight the elf guy in the college, don't you?
I don't know.
Is that chest you already opened?
Yeah.
Oh.
Money, I guess.
Expected more.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, friends. I'm so sorry.
It's like the definition of a Skyrim dungeon. You come out at the end just going, I expected more.
I promise you, I'll never let this happen again. I'll seal this whole place away.
Yeah, he did that one.
Mm.
He said, I'll seal this whole place away.
This is how we did it. This'll stop him.
Yeah.
That's why his magic, he could do it from the other side of the door.
No crumbs. No.
Are you going to go to the timey-wimey place, do you think? Just to pop the mask back? The sky. Everybody sees this as a total success.
Good.
Shrooms, glorious shrooms. Vampire dust is cocaine. Double voices. Oh, is that Ankana? It looks
So, you made it out of there alive.
Estolma,
Ankana
even.
was right. You are dangerous. I'm afraid I'll have to take that stuff. Nothing personal.
He just nothing personal, kid you.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna raise his trilby at you next.
You don't
His fedora even.
stand a chance. What was that?
He'll never know. This isn't the boat.
Do you know what?
Eat him, Double voices.
Do you know what tangible means, though?
What does tangible mean?
It means.
You're gonna just poison him.
Yeah, of course I am.
Sure. Kick is behind. Double voice shouts. Please let ninja reflex. Shot him in the ass.
I did.
He's just gonna keep draining his magic.
Yeah, of course I am.
Take that. It's like, Down with the Falmor, Devil Boy shouts. In for the head. In for the brain.
This is getting close.
Do it. Wait, it's not one though.
Heal.
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 Heal. Heal. You ever break into the Falmor headquarters and just werewolf out?
No, 'cause I'm
I
not
feel like
on
that's
that
something
one
you've
yet.
done. I guess upstairs is the way to go.
I guess.
Is that another barricade?
Yep. How did you get past?
They're all magicians. Just phase through.
Yeah.
Intangible. Ghosts don't need them. No.
Me? Yeah, I did.
It just seemed like the right thing to do. No, it's just, where's that room in here? Oh no.
It's there. To be fair, it can't reach me.
Okay.
No.
So it's something like the stairs there. To the labyrinth you said we could go, Devil Boy shouted. It's a very strong.
In the dungeon!
Troll in the dungeon.
Troll in the dungeon!
Troll in the dungeon! Is this every time a troll appears now?
I think so. It's hiding.
Yeah, it won't move out of there until you're down there. When the AI's like, I can't get there, it's like, I'll go the other way. Yeah, that's as it is if they have bits for it. In fact, if you run into that room and timey-wimey, you're all good anyway. You're hidden.
I'm just using a bit of Skyrim trickery.
Skyrim trickery. What, getting stuck in a cliff and having to reload?
Yeah.
I thought it happened then.
I thought it did too. Don't worry, you won't be anymore. Oh dear.
Oh. It's all good. You were just a little airborne. You're still good. You're still good.
This is the labyrinth, isn't it?
Just the full thing.
You couldn't realise, you didn't realise I was joking at first, did you?
No, no. I was like, what are you... Forever with a strange amulet, we can't do anything with.
Which one have I got?
Mark, it's that.
Right.
Regenerate. Magicka regenerates 100% faster. It's probably why that magic poison wasn't doing out to him, because he was like, I don't care. That one. There's one. 7 more to go. If you ever find them.
Mm.
What's Savos Aron's amulet?
I don't know.
it's something you've been given earlier on and not realised.
Maybe.
Might be good.
I mean,
so one is on the main story.
do we do the labyrinth? Or
It's nearby.
have we just finished?
We'll finish Winterhold and come back if we have time. If you want.
I just want to get it done.
You want to get it out of the way?
Yeah.
You
I
wanna
don't like the coloured one.
Okay. You blocked out a memory, it's why you can't remember it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just gave up because you just didn't like it.
Maybe. Although I do remember being the mage at some.
We'll get a trophy for it. Low-key making you get the platinum without you realising.
Yeah, but I'm not guaranteed to get all the headshots on that one.
What headshots?
I thought they were trophies.
Nope. All the trophies in this are like, get to a certain level, do this quest type thing. Skyrim's super easy to platinum. Oh. What's she fighting? What's he fighting? A little wisp. You have to use the staff on the wall. Oh, there's a magic anomaly. That guy, he's like, I don't need magic. I think last time he was here, he did that as well, didn't he? And Kana is a fool, Devil Boy says.
Because it's not talking to me.
He said, oh, I'm never going to Labyrinth Land again. Yeah, you won't talk to all those enemies around. There you go. Reach the hole, that looks like you just leave these guys to it. Don't mind me, guys. Someone just dealt a lot of damage to it there.
Yeah.
Don't need your help, clearly. I'm just reading a save.
Can I use my bow to destroy him?
Your
Or
bow?
do I have to use the staff image? The staff.
You need to use the staff to have an effect on it. I think you need to drain him with it. Not yet. I think Frank Cano's monologue. Meanwhile, Eva says, I can't remember if you have to aim at him or that. Is that you doing that or is that him?
No, I don't. Maybe.
Right, let's have enough of this. Close it back up. Aim it and see what happens as well. Okay. Is it working?
I don't know.
Hard to tell. I think it is. You got it. We'll give him a quick blast with it as well.
Don't do too much. Or will that finish?
Oh no.
What?
He's starting that back up. And this is nearly out of its enchantment. So okay. So you close it and then go in and on him for a bit, and then when he opens it again, you repeat the process. Not how much? Just twin blade. There you go. It's like you want some. Shout at him. Ugh. He's charged, cat. Oh, I forget you can two-hand dinner with the staff. I always assume they're like both hand items. Does that affect them?
I don't think so. I found it.
The voice says, I don't think it requires so much of the staff's power. I might be misremembering, just a shot should do it. No, we tried a shot, but it kept going. Didn't we?
Yeah. I think it's right. I think a shot this time.
Was it?
I'm low on health now.
Oh, good swing on him then. Take that, magic man. Teabagging devices. That says that thing is actually quite pretty. Or the anomaly or the ball.
Pretty, yeah. Pretty, do you it's fairly
the bluish things. Yeah, these anomalies.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
They don't even really damage you much, do they? They do, it's just they have a load of HP or defense. Shout at them, tell them off. They're really draining your enchantment though. It's not even like... Wait, what?
Swear I equipped both.
I did something then.
Yeah, one was really down.
Oh, right, okay. So this is the retextured ice wraith, so the hitbox is annoying.
Really nice.
Yeah, I usually find with ice wraith I'll just blast it with fire so I don't have to worry about the hitbox.
Yeah, I can't do that with this thing. It's not quite as effective.
Toltier's got the right idea.
Not quite as effective though. Not really nice. Yeah, is it? No, we can talk.
And search your elf friend.
I don't know. I have no idea what to do.
Cheers. Okay, don't
Okay.
miss one.
You're not wearing a hood. Oh no, you had the mask on, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It's
No,
not got
so you didn't even have out. What's the point?
I just reminded me to put my hood back on.
No, what's going on?
I remember there was a glitch you could do where you could have that crown that I was on about, and with the two stones. You could have that on at the same time as like another piece of headgear.
Hmm.
So you ended up with, I had the hood, but I also had the crown on at the same time. Which is like the audio equipment.
It cannot remain here, or else it may destroy your college and this world. It must be secured. Onkano's actions prove that the world is not ready for such a thing. We shall safeguard it.
So what's the point of the orb? Like,
You now have the opportunity to maintain
you never
your
really
college and carry
got any sort of understanding of what it actually did,
You have our gratitude.
other than just make a barrier. And make that guy have a barrier around him. I'm like, is that it?
Like I know you're throwing my trash, but Poppy made you a snack at least.
Beyond our understanding. Only because no one ever explains anything. It's just bad.
You've done it.
The Eye of Magnus.
To your work. I knew you had it in you. I dare say the Psijics are right. There's no one more deserving to
Like,
be
anything can be
Archmage.
beyond your understanding if everyone's refusing to tell you what it does.
Consider these yours, and the Archmage's quarters as well. I shall be here for advice, should you need me.
Yeah, you've got loads of
Potions.
potions and ingredients now.
Let's go. Let's go.
Flowers and mushrooms everywhere.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And soul gems.
Let's go.
Is it
Ooh.
further up? Or...
Yeah. I can never remember which one it is.
There you
I
go.
did the right one.
First try. Woo! There you
These
are.
are my quarters now. Huge.
What's the book?
Nothing.
See anything in that? There was a cabinet behind you with like in the glass cabinet. Oh, soul gems. It's a large battery of mana and misuse can magnify any magics that implement it. This room restocks 2 devil, I said.
Yeah.
Which is good. Is this going to be where you live now?
No. Although I probably will visit
Oh,
regularly.
an unusual gem.
You'd thought there'd be a book in here.
Like a skill book or something.
Yeah.
Well, there's an unusual gem, so a safe. Don't mind if we do. Ebony mace. Don't know if I just put there's a safe somewhere.
Yeah, I've been in it.
Looted it. All those potions. I think the white one is an invisibility. Yeah. That's a aversion to resist shock even. Welcome to the alchemy to alchemy with Eva. It's
Oh
the
no,
new
I don't want a wooden bow.
the best ingredient, a wooden bow.
You want me to eat stuff? I'll get it all and then eat it all.
Yeah.
Maybe not the name.
It's a new cooking show. Skyrim cookie show. We're gonna give this hawker meat a good old rub. Oh, oh, you're carrying too much. That was one wooden blade too far.
Sorry, okay.
They just float.
I do.
What about the toe?
I'm gonna have to eat the toe, aren't I?
Eat it all and see what happens. Take the skull devil voices.
No!
Take the basket.
Need a bob.
He's called Bob.
No!
Nope. Wrong button.
I meant to do that.
Two wooden bowls. You still picked up a load of ingredients, so.
So let's pick up. Oh no, that's
You
not
want to
it.
eat them.
No, you want me to eat them.
You wanted to eat them.
You want me to eat.
Bob 2, Electric Boogaloo, Crypt of the Necroplanter. I mean, it's a fish.
I won't eat stuff I already know.
What if you're like, I like that effect? Yep. But what of the free unknown effects, Poppy? You only get them from mixing, you don't get them from eating over and over. Shh, Blues. There's a good job there's no one here called Blues. You can eat that.
I only have one of it though.
Yeah, you know, it's not going to be the only wisp you ever see. There is no Blues here. Blues Clues.
Blue.
I know, you ate too much and started seeing stars. I'll have what she's having.
Restore health, thank you. I can only have one. Yeah. Couple of them.
Are you hungry?
No. I'm tired.
That does not mean tired.
It does indeed.
Delboy says, can we go to the Redwater Scuba Den if you don't become a vampire? I don't know if you go as a Dawn Guard.
Do you know if it goes with one thing?
It's been a long time, so I can't remember. Is she growling at you, Bulls? She is. She was in my belly that does the loud growling.
I'm still carrying too much.
So pick up more.
Oh, just do my usual.
You're right now. Never mind. If you've got something that you've got like 30 or 20 of, then you may as well just eat them. Because you're picking them up enough, type thing.
No.
I swear there was something. Yeah, dwarven oil.
What one's that? No, I don't want.
You're not too keen on the Fiorns.
I don't really use them.
Pardon me.
That one? No. Okay.
Alright then.
Well, I think that's a fairly alright place to end it, to be fair.
Yeah, it was either that or start like a quest of companions next, is it? Dawnguard, yeah. You need to work out where it is.
I do, but it's fine.
You need to be recruited for it, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've
Recruited
already
to one of
got
the
it
main
though.
towns. I think I got it from Riften. I think you can get it from any town. So it might just be a fast travel round.
This is your room now anyway. It'll be there when you come back. Yeah, no,
Okay,
that's
okay.
why I was thinking of just storing it.
So yeah, so we switched to. That's it for this stream. So
Yeah.
we hope you have enjoyed watching.
Mm.
We've finally got the college done,
We are.
so that's something.
Yeah.
The next stream will be Sunday. It'll be
Yeah.
Skyward Sword HD and possibly the finale. Might be running a little longer, but I don't think there's enough for 2 streams of content. So
Yeah. And I'm likely not gonna be in many streams like I have been. I've just got a lot of work on at the minute. But I will try and make at least
appearances,
one
yeah.
to do Skyrim. Because we all need a bit of Skyrim in our
And
life.
you'll occasionally be in chat sometimes, maybe.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Depends on if I'm at work or
Yeah.
or asleep because I've been at work.
But yeah. So yeah, we'll see you Sunday. If you have enjoyed it, be sure to give us a follow and a sub. Let's support us with a sub. There we go. It is September coming up soon, which means that there'll be reduced prices for subscriptions, and we get 100% of it as opposed to like 50 or 60 instead. But yeah, see you next time, guys. Bye.